To all you single parents out there, whether you're single by choice or by reason of separation, divorce, widowed, ex-partner or lover, pregnant and alone, or co-parenting, this platform is for you. So kindly join this noble family. My name is Betty and I welcome you all. All right, let's begin. So parents, this is my message for you today. Learn to love your children intentionally. I mean intentionally. And by that I mean show them love. Say what you mean and mean what you say when you're dealing with your kids. Be real with them. Be mindful of them. Some of us parents have had a difficult life, We have had a difficult upbringing. We've had difficult relationships in our lives because people did not bother to show us love. Some of us come from very abusive backgrounds. Our foundations were built on chaos and dysfunction. Some of us, we have faced neglect all our lives. We've never seen or heard our parents tell us that they love us, honestly. It's like you grew up with the mindset of not expecting someone to tell you that they love you or to show you that they love you. Even our past lovers have been stingy with their love. It's like you had to work really hard in order to be validated. And when your lovers did finally validate you, it was all breadcrumbs, judgmental, and poison. And some of you might have been validated. This validation, your ex-partner might have showered you with toxic love. It went something like this. Okay, somebody would have told you, okay, so this is their validation for you. They say, you know that I love you. Must you hear me say it 1,000 times? Oh God. Or they would say something like, but I bought you shoes last month, so you want me to buy you shoes again this month so that you can be happy. Oh my God. Okay, how about this one? I always give you money as a show of my love and support. Oh, Jesus. Really? Oh, and another one would say, baby, so why are you crying? Do you need me to resign from my job so that I come help you with the kids? Hey, toxic love. Oh my God. And that's love. That's the show of love for you. Toxic people. Another one would say something like, the sex is good, but you should lose some weight. Oh dear. Or we need a threesome to spice things up. Like what? Let me give you one last one. Somebody will say, why don't you ask your sister to help you cook? Damn. And dear parents, these are just some of those comments we are used to getting that we don't even realize how damaging they are until you reach your breaking point and you decide, you've had enough of this. And even some of our friends don't show us any type of love, not at all. Someone will talk your ear off about their crap, yet you cannot share your crap with them because your crap doesn't matter to them. Parents, I don't know if you've noticed this about your life, but the only people who really care most about you, perhaps, are your children, your own children. I mean, they are your everything and you are their everything. Have you ever seen a parent on the streets, homeless, begging for food? Their child is always right there with them. Have you ever noticed that, parents? Children don't embrace other people. No matter how classy you are, no matter how rich you are, children always just cling on to their parents. They don't even care if it's a funny phenomenon. They always have your back, especially when they are young. A parent could be the most poor of the poorest and their children will just remain loyal for life. And that is how clingy we have been to our parents, to our family for years, with all the dysfunction. all our lives. At least I know I have been clingy, too clingy, way too clingy. Up until recently when, thank God for the awakening. It really helped me. And as a single parent, it's important that you matter. I always tell single parents, you matter. You matter. This is why I always speak of loving yourselves. Sometimes we are oblivious to loving ourselves. And loving yourself sometimes means that you just take the time to care for yourself. Take a walk or a stroll in the park, hit the gym, eat healthy, take a class or a course, see a counselor, a therapist, travel, take up a hobby, go out on dates, chill with friends, rest up, cut toxic people from your life. Form healthy boundaries with all people. And this is the most important of them all. Form an intimate relationship with God. In the Bible, God reminds us that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So how can you love your neighbor if you don't love yourself? But we come from a society or culture that tells us or encourages us to labor for others because, for validation, or they'll tell us something like, you labor for others because there's a blessing, in the labor. Okay. So we labor for others because there's a blessing in the labor. Okay, let's look at that logically. So you toil for people, you labor for people, you take care of them, you provide all their needs. And in return, listen, so this is your blessing in return for all these toxic relationships we've had in the past. They breadcrumb you, they judge you, they betray you, they gaslight you, they gossip, talk ill of you, and they cheat on you. That's the blessing. So where is the blessing in that? How are you blessed by them cheating on you? Right? The more you labor for them, the more they mistreat and abuse you. So where is the blessing in that? And you think that God is a party to this? God wants you healthy and whole. God does not want you misused and abused. That's why he tells us. Actually, it's a command. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. That means love yourself first before you can extend the love elsewhere. Okay? Toxic people only use God's name when they are trying to confuse you. They'll say something like, God will bless you if, or, God bless you. God will bless you when you help me with some money. Okay. So right there, that means that love is conditional, or their love is based on a certain exchange. So it is always conditional. And when you don't give them what they want, these toxic people, when you don't give them what they want, watch them turn into snakes and bite you. Oh, that is always, oh God. Okay, so dear parents, God's love is unconditional. You don't have to do or say anything for you to receive any type of blessing from God. Parents, let me repeat this. God's love is unconditional. You don't have to do or say anything for you to receive a blessing from God, because he loves you unconditionally. God does not force you to do anything for anyone. He gave you free will. Free will. But only you, in your compassion, can decide to help somebody. Otherwise, you're not obligated to do anything for anyone. Really, parents. And at this point here, parents should set you free. It should set you free from all forced obligations that you carry on your back. Let nobody misuse the name of God to misguide you. Let your no be no, let your yes be yes. And I promise you, God will not fault you for that. And do not think that when you say no to these people in your life, these toxic people in your life, you don't think ever in your life that when you say no to them, those people who are always plaguing you with their lists of demands, don't think that they will not find a way to help themselves. They will. They will not die because you did not help them. So parents, stop overextending yourselves to people who are well able and capable of handling their own lives. They only misuse you because you allow them. They only misuse you because you let them. Okay, so back to our children. So as parents, as you extend love to yourselves, you must also extend love to your little ones. Okay, I mean, let them know that you love them by actually telling them you love them. Like actually telling them, look, sweetie, look, honey, I love you. And make it a habit of repeating this to them until it sinks in. Honestly, you make it a habit of repeating this to them until it sinks into their psyche. If you have 2 or more children, make the effort of letting them know individually that you love them. Individually, so that it's just individual, separately. And let me tell you, dear parent, it may sound silly to you right now, what I'm telling you. It may sound silly to you, what I am saying. But you have no idea of the power of words. Words have power. Your children need to hear that your children need to hear. They need to hear you regularly planting the seed of love. They need to hear you regularly telling them you love them. And say it daily, say it deliberately, say it intentionally. And don't beat around the bush with it. Every child needs to know that they are loved. And the more you say it, the more they know it. And the more they know it, the more they believe it. And the more they believe it, they grow into it. It becomes a part of them. Well, my baby daddy left me, years ago. I promised myself, actually I made a vow to myself. I said, I will love this child to death. Okay, not to death, but okay, you know what I mean. Okay, let me say it this way. There are vows I took concerning this child. Serious vows concerning her. Because of the state we were in at the time. I just felt like, God, if I can make vows to you, I know God takes vows very seriously. And I was in that state of mind. I was like, if I can I'm making these vows to stick to them because I know God respects vows. And so I took serious vows concerning this child of mine. And one of the vows was to extend unconditional love to her. It didn't matter what I was going through. I vowed that I will not hate my girl just because a man left me, just because I was angry, just because I was frustrated. I vowed to love her no matter what. That was one of the vows I took. Of course, I'll share other vows as we go through, but this was my, this vow was very strong for me. And in fact, because of this guy leaving us, her father leaving us, I decided to ante up my love for her. Like as a protection for her. To show her that I do care for her. So when she was little, when she was maybe an infant, 6 months, like that, I started whispering into her ear. Every day, regularly, I would speak. I would say, I love you, I love you. It became a regular thing. And today it has become our culture. I'm telling you, I love you, until we are tired. Even if I'm mad at her and I scream at her sometimes, when she gets out of hand, when a child gets out of hand and you want to just scream, and then I see the look on her face, that look she gives me. That look just tells me that she knows that mom loves me, even if she's angry. Like, even if mom is angry, she loves me, And for sure, I buy her things too, to emphasize on the love. Of course, I buy stuff for her when I have the money. I give her the hugs, the kisses she needs. That I do all that to show her that I love her. But that doesn't mean, parents, this doesn't mean that you overly buy stuff for your kids and expect that they will, you overly buy stuff for your kids and expect that they will get the hint that you love them. No, this cannot be, no. You cannot substitute things for those words. I'm telling you, those words are powerful. Okay, parents, let's go back to our childhood. How many toys were you bought for? How many toys did you have? And you cannot even remember those toys right now. You cannot remember those toys that your parents bought you. Maybe 1, 2, but the rest of them, the memory is faded. But you can vividly remember when you were rejected by your parents. You vividly remember that. In fact, you can tell where you were standing at that time, what you ate that day. I'm telling you. Because don't throw stuff at your children as a show of love. Yes, buy them stuff. But make it known to them by word of mouth that you love them. And especially you fathers. Don't kill a child with your silence. You know, fathers, they're like, see, this child knows I love her. Yes, buy them toys, whatever they need. Any gift you think a child needs, buy them. But please, fathers, also make sure you pronounce those 3 holy words to them as you're giving them those gifts. You might not be, there are fathers who are not constantly or regularly with their children in their home. And that's understandable, maybe divorce, whatever. But make sure you tell them that you love them. Even when you're extending the gifts to them, let them know you love them. Please let them know. Tell them, you know what? I bought this gift for you because I love you. Because you mean so much to me. Because you're important to me. Let them know. Please, parents, mothers, fathers, even if you're doing stuff for them, don't be assuming that, they know I'm buying stuff for them, so they know don't assume that. Because it didn't happen like that for you in your childhood. Okay? So, they say that action speaks louder than words. Yeah, it's true. So as you speak the words to them, make sure that your message of love is also, it comes with actions. So make sure that as you convey your message of love to your children, also show them that you do love them. Show them. Just say to them and then show them. And this is how you do it, dear parents. This is how you do it. Let me show you how you do this. Because, I have done this for 6 years now. So well, I'm not an expert, but this is what I do for my child. This is, I tag them along to church with me. This is my show of love for them. I pray with them. I pray with her, I pray with her. I walk with her to school because I can in the morning. I attend all school events. Birthdays, I make sure the birthdays are done. When we're having meals, I eat with her. Teach her to share, do fun activities with her and her friends. Discipline her when she gets out of hand. Oh, that one I have to. Talk to her about God. Ask questions about, her interests, what's happening. You just ask questions about what she likes, around what she likes, or what your child likes. And then tell them that you're proud of them. Just tell them, I'm proud of you. If they do something positive, say, I'm proud of you. Always let them know that you're proud of them. And if they are more than, if you have 2 kids at home or 3, tell them individually. Don't be piling them up, telling them, guys, no, tell them individually, specifically what they have done and what you're proud of. And if you do this, dear parent, let me tell you, your child will be so emotionally well balanced, it will shock you. Let me tell you about narcissistic people. Narcissistic people are people who are bred out of neglect, hate, dysfunction, and abuse. Parents, listen to this. Narcissists, most of them they are made. especially in their childhood. Why I'm stressing this love thing is because most narcissistic people are bred out of neglect, hate, dysfunction, and abuse. So don't allow the devil to preach to your kids about love while you're there staying silent, watching them self-destruct. Parents, don't allow the devil to preach to your kids about love. What does he know about love? What does he know about love? The only kind of love he knows is destruction. That is his love. And while you're there silent and watching your child self-destruct, because you're not able to offer the kind of love they need, I have taught you how to do it. Go out there and start practicing it right away. As young as they are, as soon as possible. Okay? There's so much trouble in the world. We don't need another breed of narcissists because we have failed as parents. Okay? And this is why God has brought us in this platform. Because we want to raise children who are healthy, who are emotionally balanced. They have to be parents. So you have to love your child intentionally. You have to be intentional with your love. You have to. Tell them you love them. Show them you love them. Teach them how to love. Because love is the greatest. They say love is the greatest force of all. Something like that. Okay? Don't allow the devil to preach to your kids about love because you are angry that somebody abandoned you. Now you're not able to fend for your children because you're angry. So when you're there pouting, the devil is there with your child, talking to them. I told you we are at warfare, parents. So put your ego aside. Swallow your pride and take care of this child. Take care of your children. They need you as much as you need them. Okay? Dear parents, I hope this message has been a blessing to you. Let us be responsible for our little ones and pray over their lives that they will grow up to be what God has called them to be. And to you, all parents that have tuned in, may the good Lord bless you. May he keep you and may he make his face to shine upon you always. Until then, this has been your noble host, Betty, wishing you a blessed day. Amen.